Hello, friend. Welcome back. I am going through the messages that I've received through readings. The last video I did went all the way up to December 8th, and this starts in December 10th. So if this is the first video of mine that you're watching, I am just making these videos mostly for myself and obviously anybody who wants to watch them and anybody that it could help. But I received messages as far back as November to do voice activated messaging, and I just wrote instead. So I'm finally feeling like this is the time that I need to do my voice activated messaging. So I'm going to go through these. This should be a pretty short video compared to the last one. The last one was a lot. And then I do have more automatic writing channeling messages that I found. So I will be going through those in the next video. So on 12/10, I was in a session, got a card pull. I got the Five of Swords, the Nine of Swords, and the Tower. This was during a very tumultuous, is that the word? Point in my brain, at least. And this is what I wrote. This was my automatic writing for that day. It wasn't very automatic writing of me, but that's all I could come up with. Like, that was it. It just came to me, and that was that. It makes a lot of sense, though, and instead of burning it all down, I now have a plan to exit peacefully. My other business makes a lot of money, and I love helping the people I help, but at some point money isn't enough, and it's gotten to that point for me, and I feel like there's a better path and more aligned people that I can work with. It's not that the people I'm working with aren't aligned, it's that I'm not able to teach them the way I feel like teaching them now. I have taught them how I felt led to all of these years, and now everything has changed, and I don't know if they're actually ready for the new type of teaching from me. So I am working through that with my own guides, with sessions, with automatic writing. And I think that I've come to the conclusion that I'm probably just going to sell that business. Um, and I think it can go on and live without me. Like, I think now is that time. The next reading I did was 12/11. I got the Queen of Wands, Ace of Cups, Nine of Wands. So a lot of spiritual growth is happening. Creativity, fire, passion, ambition, and a lot of emotions and a lot of relationship building. Historically, I have drawn mostly pentacles, which makes sense, right? I've been talking about money obsessively for damn near 2 decades now. And now all of a sudden, I'm pulling pentacles maybe like 1 out of 10 times instead of 8 out of 10 times, and I'm getting lots of wands. And then second to that is cups. I've gotten a few swords, not too many, but more swords than normal. All right, I did a session on 12/23. Again, I explained the whole situation with my mom in the last video. This is about when the second dream came up. It was within this week. The second dream came up saying she needed testing, and she was confused. Well, when I reconnected with my mother, I found out that she is getting tested for some very specific things. So very interesting. And I also learned that she was having some memory issues. So I'm working with her to help her, set up. When you work with someone with memory issues, you set up a routine, you set up reminders, you set up all these things. I was 16, I think, whenever I worked at the nursing home, and there were Alzheimer's patients and dementia patients and that kind of thing. So I learned early on how to help people like that, which it's interesting. I've always wondered like why I worked there when I worked there, and because everything has a reason. And now everything that I did back then like is still in my head somehow, even though I can't even remember what I freaking ate for lunch yesterday. But it's all in my head now, and I'm like, oh, she needs to do this. I need to do this. I need to do this. So very interesting. All right, so the 12/23 read. Focus on now, not the future. This is probably one of the hardest things for human me to do because I am very future oriented. Not only am I always 2 to 3 years ahead of the masses, of the mainstream, like when I started talking about AI and people were very resistant, guess what? 2, 3 years later, everybody was all in, right? When I started doing low ticket memberships, same thing. When I started doing blogging, oh my gosh, all the things. Okay. So I'm usually just a few years ahead of the mainstream. So because of that, I'm always focused on the future. Also, because I've been homeless multiple times, I feel like I have to focus on the future so I don't end up homeless again. Right. But that will not happen. I know now, just recently, I know now in my heart, I will never be homeless again. That peace with that, though, just came within this awakening, within this ascension. It did not come before that. I was constantly worried. So powerful black dragon energy came in and said herbs during this session. So herbal tea, perhaps, which I have drank a little bit more of. Also told me to have goals that help regulate my nervous system. My heart is here, and then I need to have my goals coming out from my heart. I drew this picture. Terrible artist, by the way, but here we go. Stop overperforming. And this was in December. I have a group of Driven Dozen people, and there were a few people in that were not aligned with my goals, really. Not that they weren't aligned with my goals. It's the work ethic that is required, the massive amount of work that is required to put in, and the goals and the vision, and there's just a lot, right? So I was overperforming for a few people. However, at this time, I cleansed. I got my Driven Dozen down to 5 people right now. All right. One focal point at a time is another message. Hello, ADHD. Good luck with that. Rest, play, have fun. Do you see a theme? Do you feel a theme here? Get into your spiritual side. Not what do I need to learn to be the best at this. Base it on true desire and connection. Intuitives learn differently. Calm your nervous system. Working with others. So this was about me working with other intuitives and spiritual people as well. Create onboarding to work through their emotions before they work with me. They need to work through their blocks before they can make the money. And oh my goodness, sweet baby Jesus, that could not be more accurate. People come to me. I even had somebody come to me last night, and this person was like, I need help. I want to start a membership. I don't know where to start, blah, blah, blah. So I'm like, okay, what are you doing now to make money? They tell me, I'm making clip art and I'm selling digital downloads and all this stuff. And they make, what else do they make? They make sublimation files. And I'm like, oh my gosh, gold. You need to set up a membership teaching people how to make sublimation files. Why did I say this? I said this because I would have joined that membership. I would have been their first paying member. They responded with, oh, I don't really feel confident in teaching that yet. Because I don't know everything, blah, 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 all the things. Yeah, that's why people stay broke. But what I should do in those situations is just be like, okay, well, blah, 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 let's work on your mindset so you can get over it. But I don't like having to help people through their mindset blocks. Currently, that might change, but it just gets on my nerves that they won't just do it. But again, with one of the first videos I made in this, little series, I have to be gentler with the spiritual people. This says, set boundaries on your sales pages to attract the right people. And then say, let's shelve this for now and work through XYZ. We will work on that later. So this exact phrase here, it was because, again, I don't really want to work on the emotional blocks and stuff, but I need to. So when they are like, oh, I don't have the confidence, blah, 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 to do that. Okay, let's shelve the membership idea right now, and we'll work through why you don't have that confidence. Now, to me, that feels like a big waste of time because it's going to take us 3 months to get through the confidence stuff in order for you to have the confidence to launch membership. Then it's going to take you another 3 months to launch the membership and have, money coming in. That's 6 months. Whereas if you could just channel your inner mediocre white man, you could start that today. You only have to be a few steps ahead of other people to teach something. You're not forcing anyone into anything. I'm buying it because I want to. I digress. Better to do this in a group instead of one-on-one. Create a container. What is or isn't allowed and what they will receive. So I am creating a modality. It's being channeled. I'm accepting all the messages, but I've kind of made a mess with it with my human brain. I have a picture of it that I can show you guys. I'm going to talk about it in another video. But this is, again, terrible drawing. But this is the healing board for the modality. And I just have made a mess of it, but I need to do some one-on-ones to get the practice to really hone it in, but then I'm being told to do group sessions. And I have not connected consciously, at least, with dragons and such, but I am getting a lot of dragon energy in these sessions. So a dragon embodiment session might be something that I'm meant to lead at some point in the future. I don't know what that even entails. It's just a message that I got. So this was this session was very personal because I was planning on moving back to Yuma, which I hate Yuma. You guys, if you saw my Wandering Smileys channel, we did like one Yuma video and I was like, I'm not doing this ever again. Yuma sucks. But with that being said, on paper, logically, we own a house in Yuma and it makes financial sense to go move there and just deal with it and not be paying another $2,200 a month here in this house. However, again, Yuma sucks. So during this session, my guides came forward very clearly and they were like, what the F are you doing? Why would you move back to Yuma? And I'm like, I'm trying to be a grown-up. I'm trying to do like the responsible thing. But the responsible thing isn't what's going to bring me joy at all. And that's kind of a theme in my life. If you guys have seen my slingshot, probably not the most responsible purchase, but whatever. I paid cash for it and I'm happy. So it says, if you move, you're betraying your own heart. Dig deeper and find another path. This was December 23rd. I did not find another path initially. I ended up, well, there's a lot I can't talk about yet. But there's another path, and it's in the works. We'll talk about it later. Okay. Lots of ideas. It is difficult for my inner child to digest new ideas. Like when new ideas come up, I get excited, but my inner child gets nervous. Let's see. I'm working on creating a new energetic structure. I need to write a list of what I want to manifest. Worry is a distraction from your power. Worry is going to be a theme that you will notice throughout a lot of these readings. My automatic writing mentions it a lot. These readings do. And then even in the future readings, the next video I do that's in like January, February readings, worry is mentioned again. I didn't realize, like, I've been a worrier and I've been anxious my whole life. But I didn't realize it. I felt like it was gone. I have not felt anxiety in a long time. Since this ascension started, I have not felt anxiety. And that's coming from someone who used to have crippling anxiety 24/7 her entire freaking life. I also flipped completely from being an introvert to an extrovert, which is still so weird to say. Still so weird to say I'm inviting people to my house again this Friday night, and there were 10 people last Friday night. What in the world? Anyway, what in the universe? But I guess that I'm still worrying, even if I don't realize it. And I think that is still manifesting in my body. Like I have a lot of stomach issues whenever I worry. When you stay in one place for a long time, you have to go deeper with yourself and your power. You see and feel your power, and then you uproot your life. What will it take to see the reality of your power? Stay in one place for a while to see and feel your power. Feel your heart and body instead of thinking so much. yeah, I've been here since September and I'm already trying to figure out where we should move next. 6 months is about the cap for me. I don't like staying in the same place. Focus on expansion, not worry. Timeline shifting, and emotional releases. So yeah, lots of timeline shifting going on. That has been very, very evident. I didn't even know about any of this stuff up until very recently. So it feels kind of strange to be talking about it so much, but it is everything to me right now. And so I think that that's really beautiful and important, and that's why I'm sharing these. If you happen to watch this, thank you. I hope that it helps you on your own ascension journey. And the next videos that I'm going to do some more. I've got a bunch of automatic writing that I need to go through. And then I have a bunch of messages also from sessions that I need to go through. So those will be my next videos. I hope this encourages you to open up, listen, receive some messages, and share them if you feel led.